gonna get my ass dug out. Look at that.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. And that's incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Oh.
Clearly wasn't outside of the
I thought that was rush the pass. I was about to say.
Accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. From the gun, Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Returnable for Lockett. Very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
I'm about to take it.
Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Let's see.
They'll run on first down. George, he's got the first down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they're in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
To throw on second down, Steve McNair. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to...
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means...
They're looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during the...
We'll set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
19 yards there on the catch and run. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. To throw is Jackson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that may have been incomplete, but he reminds me so much of when my dad used to take me to the baseball stadium and watch the home run hitters in batting practice. I'll get to the stadium early just to watch this kid throw it. He can throw it out of the stadium.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now Morton Anderson for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now a give right side. It's George, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Panthers 14, Falcons nothing.
2nd and 9. To throw, McNair. Right side here, and that's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. From the gun, here's McNair. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
First and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. This hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
He's across midfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Play action. It's Jackson. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
Oh, he caught that. Come on. Come on. He caught that. Come on, man. Oh, man.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
brought down at the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Third and goal, Jackson. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. And automatic, Morton Anderson does it again. Knocks another one through the posts. I have to be careful because it's almost boring, you know, just how accurate he is. So he knocks another one through.
All-time NFL leading scorer. He's known as the Great Dane because he's from Copenhagen. And I think, Charles, he actually leads 2 different franchises in scoring, does he not?
Well, one time he did. New Orleans Saints.
Go, Frank. Oh, he gonna get loose. I'm gonna give him loose. I'm gonna give him loose.
At some point,
Let me see something real quick.
Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory.
That's good. 4.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And it's
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something challenging your offense right here. You know, hey guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. That'll bring up second down.
Second down and 10.
To throw again. Jackson. Flush to his right. That's caught by his running back Raheem Mostert. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Gets this one to Hill.
He finally got in there. He finally got it. That won't work no more.
And the Falcons get a bit closer.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half.
He hit me.
A yard pass there to the
Hit
21.
stick.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
He gets it left side of Johnson. He is out of bounds inside the 35. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. It was one.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the...
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 28. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
On 1st down, it's George. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 for the 26. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
The point after.
A As a former DB, you might not like to see them, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct turn. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Ah, boy, this man here, boy.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just
boy, give it up.
last year. And Charles, that was the
I respect that. I respect that.
In the NFL since 2011.
And partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball
Oh, my goodness, come on. They tried boss him.
15 he goes. 11 yards there, first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson forced out to his left. To the end zone, but
Good
it's
D.
incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
I just had to bring that blitz. Something tell me don't bring it. I should have played the zone.
From 13 yards out, and the Falcons cut into that lead. Anderson on for the extra point.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Makes the score Panthers 31, Falcons 17. Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away.
Oh, boy, finally got it.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that when they discussed it,
Ran over a little nigga.
now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
They'll keep it on the ground. George. He finds an opening past the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. It's George. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. On second down now, it's George. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To the right side here, complete. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
7-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
In on the tackle.
They're bringing us about right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll keep it on the ground. George. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Now McNair. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Panthers 38, Falcons 17. Set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The return man is Grant. And he returns this to the 22.
Grant on the return. The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A first down run there by Mostert as he'll get this forward for a gain of about 3.
Jordan Poyer on the tackle.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And they're going to have another first First down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jackson on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
And for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's George. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, it's George. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
At the 33-yard line.
They run the counter. George. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
GG's, man.
2nd down.
Tonight's final score.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because